It's your boy Sermon, the sermonsdomain.com. The Truth is back. Trae the Truth's seventh studio album is here. It's called The Truth. It's the first album he's dropped since 2011. And one thing that I was really pumped about was just having, the album. It originally started out as a double disc. It was going to be, two discs. I don't know how many songs total. And then it got pushed back, and somewhere along that lines, it became a 16-track album. And, who knows what Trae has in store for the future with the rest of the records that he didn't use. But, this is a really good album so far. I've been listening to it several times. I wanted to listen to it more than I listen to on an average because Trae is somebody who has a lot of depth to his music. He, talks about the struggle in the streets, and, he kind of stunts a little bit at times, but overall he's one of those artists that you just got to listen to a lot. Little Duval has a pretty motivating intro, talking about, the people want the truth, when you're broke, you can't dance, you don't want to dance and stuff. But at the same time, once that ends, the transition was kind of weird because the next song is Tricking Every Car I Get with, Future and Boosie. And it's a weird transition because here's, Lil Duval talking about, this is what people want. And then Trae gives him, the opposite. He gives us a stunting record. And that's not even a knock on the record. The record is good. I like it. And, Trae's, melodies are really underrated. I like, some people don't like Trae because of his deep voice, but I think it works well, especially on like the Book of Life when he's crooning, and it just sounds good, And he doesn't do the hook, for every song, but when he doesn't do the hook, I love like the singers he uses on records like Children of Men and Trying to Figure It Out and I Can't Feel You. These are uncredited, of course, but they're still like standout hooks that add to the records. Another thing that Trae does well is get guest features. He's always been respected. I remember the first time that I ever really heard Trae was on a record called Screwed Up. I believe this is 2009, maybe even sooner. And it features Lil Wayne. This is Lil Wayne during his hot streak. And matter of fact, it had to be like 2007. '09 is way too far ahead. Screwed Up was like my first introduction to Trae. And obviously Lil Wayne washed him. But Trae, he just had this sound that I liked it. So naturally I had to, keep up with what he was doing, listen to, another record he had with Jadakiss and Styles P, and I had to pay attention because I'm like, who is this dude from Houston getting all this love from, these veterans and legends? Like, who are you? So I had to, catch up and realize, Trae is a very respected person in the industry. With that said, the guest features always made sense. You got someone like J. Cole spitting a really good verse that fits in on Children of Men. You had Nipsey Hussle and Lil Bibby on one record, which it wasn't Bibby's best verse. I'll say that. On Doing Me, I would have preferred, if Bibby did something harder. He said something like, I'm sick, like throw up, as your opening line. Like, that didn't really... It was bad. It was bad. And, he has a lot of different, guest features on here. Who else? He has Rick Ross, of course, Jeremiah, Ty Dolla $ign, T.I. naturally. He has Problem on a record called Yeah Ho, and I liked it because it had a sample of Master P's Bout It in it. But like I said, naming all these guest features, a lot of them are like tag teamed onto songs. There's 2 guest features or 3 guest features. He makes sure that a lot of the records that he does aren't guest feature heavy. There's still considerable amount of records that's just Trae, and those are to me some of the best records. Trying to Figure It Out, Determine, Why. These are the best records to me because it just showcases, why I like Trae as an artist. And, the guest features are just a nice added touch. With that said, if I had to rate The Truth, I'm going to give it like a strong 3.5, maybe like 3.7 if you want to get really into it technically. Um, like I said, I didn't really care for Lil Bibby's verse on Doing Me. I would also get rid of Never Knew because I've listened to this album several times and I'm looking at the track list and out of all the songs, I feel like Never Knew is just one of those filler records that you just don't remember. Like I can't recite it, but then I can, start reciting, tricking every car I get or, I don't give a fuck. Those are the records that I really, resonated with. So I'm gonna give it like a 3.5, 3.7. And I want to hear your thoughts, your comments. Let me know what you think of the album down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And most importantly, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, peace.